day 2 of the rally. We're currently 62.7 miles south of Myrtle Beach,
67.
South Carolina. Yesterday, how'd it go, Leah?
We got up late and got us started. It went well. I had a great time, but we had 4 hours of sleep, made it to check-in with 2 minutes to spare.
Yeah.
2 people wanted to buy the car, but already, like within 10 minutes of us arriving.
Yes. To get there with 2 minutes to spare, I had to drive down this super sketchy back road that was terrifying. It had much over the speed limit while passing and stuff, which is not how I would normally drive. But we had needed to get there. We made it to every stop yesterday but one. We needed to skip one to make it in time to make it to the ferry.
And why did we need to do that? Because we had to go back.
We lost our mascot, which you have to have in every picture, and then we had left it on top of the car at one of the stops. We heard it thump when we left, and Leah asked what the thump was, and I was like, I don't know.
I agonized. I'm like, I should make us go back. I should make us go back. Well,
so at the next stop, we figured out we did not have it, so we had to go back and get it. We got into Myrtle Beach, I don't know, what, 9-ish?
yeah, about 9-ish.
We went to our hotel, checked in, the meetup with all the other teams was attached to the hotel in like a restaurant. We went there and there was like, everybody was gone. So we attempted to transfer all the video files, and the plan was to edit the video for yesterday, and we passed out hugging the iPad.
Fell asleep like this.
So that didn't happen yesterday.
What that also meant is I didn't get to mapping our route for today.
Right, that was the other thing. Leo had planned on mapping our route for today, and that didn't happen either. So we woke up, we slept in today. We were just beat. We needed sleep. So we started late. And we saw one other team this morning.
Yeah, our friends from Florida. There are some folks that it was his bucket list to go on a Lemons rally. So.
And they're super nice.
Yeah.
They're probably quite casual for that whole thing. But we left, and the plan was, okay, we need to skip some of the stops this morning and go pick up our card, our playing card, because we're on a poker run, so every day you get a new playing card for your hand, and the best hand at the end wins.
Yeah, well, I figured out when we were at the hotel that if we left right then, we would have made it with like a half an hour to spare. But somehow it took us a long time.
Yeah, we wasted a bunch of time, and we were like, oh, we're not going to make it in time to that. And so then we decided, okay, we won't skip all those stops. But then I saw a thrift store, and if you remember yesterday, we made a rule that if we saw a thrift store, we had to stop. So we're like, okay, gotta stop. First thing, pull in the lot, right in front. Guy comes out and he's like, I just saw you guys on Instagram yesterday, which was amazing.
He was so excited, and it made our day.
Yeah, his name was Ethan. Ethan. He was awesome. They had an awesome shop, like really well curated and a little more upscale than your average thrift store, but their power was out, and so they talked to us for a while. We got a selfie with Ethan. Yeah.
So now I've remapped this. We're gonna hit all the stops except for we won't get our poker card for today. Well, we're gonna go.
The directions say to go to the stop to draw your second card, so we're still going there, and we're gonna actually hand draw our second card.
We do things our way.
There was a little bit of questionable car action this morning.
It's stuttering pretty good, and it's been
Just once.
kind of funny twice. It's been
Twice.
kind of funny starting. Drew says it's just the switch. So
It's fine.
we definitely had the discussion before we came on this trip, though, to like just whatever happens, that's our trip, and so we're not letting it stress us out.
We're just rolling with it.
We're rolling with it.
So we're on the road. Oh, Leah started to overheat. The air conditioning just barely works in this car, and it's probably, I will tell you what the temperature is, 8 to 80 degrees, which is not that hot, but
Sitting in the sun.
sitting in the sun in the car.
I have broken my internal temperature gauge, and I don't know, some of my friends have followed, like I get overheated really quick and pretty severely. So Drew is a smart fella.
I learned this trick long ago on a road trip that if you stop and buy a giant bag of ice, you can hug it in the car, and it's like your own personal air conditioning. So we made a stop and got some ice. So Leah has a giant bag of ice in her lap.
Yeah, and no more heat shakes. So
that's good news. I don't know. I mean, we're having a good time. It's super high stress all the time. I have smoked a shit ton of cigarettes, and way more than normal. I feel like we're doing it wrong, but we're doing it our way. No, I mean, we're just like, I don't know, we're doing it the way we're supposed to be doing it.
tomorrow
Just
we're
not
gonna get up on time.
Yeah, we're gonna get up earlier tomorrow, and hopefully, my biggest thing is that we're not beating any of the other teams.
Well, we
really.
are,
A
one
few-
by
a
one.
few.
We
I
met
would
the
like-
awesome Bronco guys yesterday.
Yeah, those guys, I don't remember their names, but they were awesome. They were super nice and like had this awesome 80s Bronco, I think.
Yeah,
I don't, was it a
Great.
Bronco?
I think it was a classic Bronco.
Okay. But they were awesome, and you could tell they were just like, hey, we're putting in gallons of oil, but whatever, it's cool.
They had a light bar made of 2x4s and awesome camping flashlights.
Those giant ones that
So
you have to
awesome.
put like 6D batteries in.
Or
and
the
they had,
one big battery brick.
yeah, but they had
Old-fashioned.
4 or 5 of them out to the roof, and they said they probably spent more on batteries.
I think it was more like 10. It was a
Oh.
lot.
Well,
They spent a lot of batteries, but it
spent
looked
more on the
awesome.
batteries than on the car. So hopefully we get to meet some more people. That would be
We've yet to meet
awesome.
Gary, who is Beach Bum Barney, who emailed us, and I think that is great. We did leave them a sticker this morning.
Yeah.
Or no, last night.
we left a sticker under their windshield because we just wanted to say hello.
We keep missing people.
Hello, Gary.
Okay. This is getting long, and we can't transfer long files.
We can. It's fine. But we're done. So hopefully today is awesome. It's awesome already.
It's awesome already.
Here we go.
Thank you, everybody.
ships?
Yeah.
Do you have a Vietnam? Oh, there it is. I see what we want to see.
Vietnam experience.
Yeah.
On that building.
That is where we needed to go. We're just so confused.
It's $5.
5 to park.
Quick thank you from Charleston, South Carolina. We couldn't have done it without everybody and boom.
Thanks for following along. We know you're watching and we appreciate it. Thank you.
That's really long.
Yeah.
I did say that.
So now I need to figure out what the level's supposed to be.
All right, how many miles today?
We've gone 108 miles, and it is now 4:30 in the afternoon. I think we left at like 10:30. We just stopped at the auto parts store because the transmission seemed to be getting worse. And this car has a CVT transmission, which is like sealed. They don't want you to fuck with it at all. So I went and bought a dipstick and figured out, found the like sheet that has the level that it's supposed to be at. And
We researched teamwork.
yes, sorry. Bought some CVT transmission fluid and put some in, and I don't know, seems to be doing a little better, I guess. We're currently stuck in traffic, which doesn't help for testing.
Okay, that's our update. Happened.
I tried to get in the tree, and there's a snake. And I said, oh shit, and jumped out. So we're at Prince William's Parish Church.
Sheldon Church Ruins.
It's amazing. It's the
really
most
cool place.
amazing place we've been this far, I think. But there was a like hollowed out tree. I was like, I'm gonna climb in there. And I got down and I cleaned out the cobwebs, and I put my hand down on the ground to notice the giant snake and shit my pants.
And all I heard was, oh shit!
And got out of there real quick, and that happened. And so I am happy that I'm still alive.
You're still shaking.
Yeah. Good evening. How you doing tonight?
Everything good? Sure.
Yeah. We sure are. Thank you, sir. Have a good night. Well, good evening from Jacksonville, Florida. As you can see, we're smiling. We had a really good day. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It went. Yesterday was like learning day, and today we figured some stuff out, and we had a good time. We had a lot better time than we did yesterday. So much fun.
Yesterday was still fun.
Yes,
But
it was high stress for me. Way high stress.
and
So
for me too.
I smoked I don't know, double what I normally would smoke cigarettes. Anyway, let's talk about what happened today.
Okay, where do we start?
I don't even know. We left late.
Well, so the night before, we didn't get much sleep at all. That added to the stress. And
We passed out hugging the iPad trying to edit video.
we turned in pretty early and got up late because we decided we needed to invest in our future.
Yeah. which was today, and it paid off. But we left late, like real late, and we were like the last ones to leave this morning, I think. The problem with that is that we didn't realize that that meant we were going to miss our poker card stop. Because it's time, like that's the only thing in the day that's time.
I was gonna map that the night before, but I passed out.
Yeah, like I said, we passed out hugging the iPad.
But I want to talk about the hotel we stayed at in Myrtle Beach. I picked so that we could see the ocean. So
we had an ocean view. You
It
saw
was-
it, I'm sure, in the last video, and it was amazing.
we started the day taking the elevator with our friends we met the first day
From Florida.
from Florida, who are. It was nice to start with friendly faces.
Yeah, they were like the only people we saw all day until the end, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw them a couple times today, and then at the end of the day, we ran into another team. Here, why don't you say some more things? I'm gonna press
Down, upload.
upload
So
on YouTube for
we-
yesterday's video.
we had a part of today was learning that we were going to be running late, so we started at the hotel, and I was mapping things, and I realized as we were mapping, if we skipped all of the stops before the midday, we might be able to make our poker card. And so we were heading out trying to do that, but apparently we took too long to actually leave because we had to stop for gas, and by that point then
And ice.
oh yeah, no, that was later.
Oh.
But then I remapped it, and I'm like, there's just no way we're gonna make it. So then we canceled that plan and went back to going to all the stops, which was totally the right choice. But
Yes.
while we were stopped trying to make that map plan, in front of us rolled this trailer
Yeah, with 4 aces on it.
pulling some truck for, I don't even know what it was advertising, but we thought, well, our card just picked us. So the top
So,
one of the aces was,
At that point, I was like, oh my god, we're going to that place where we're supposed to get the card. Because the directions said, go to this place and draw your second poker card. So later in the day, we went to that place, and I drew with Sharpie our ace of hearts. And we posted that for them, so.
that changed our mood, and we remembered, we're like, this is just how we want it to be.
Well, so what changed my mood?
Yeah.
We were, I don't know, heading out somewhere, and yesterday we made a rule that if we see this as a thrift store, we have to stop. And I'm like, oh shit, there's a thrift store. We're stopping. So we pull up right in front. It just said thrift store. I'm like, is it open? This guy comes walking out, and he comes around the car, and he's like, I saw you guys on Instagram yesterday. I was
He
like,
was so excited.
yeah, he had seen us on Instagram, and we were like, oh my god, that's amazing, that's awesome, like that made my day. So, what was his name? Ian?
Ethan.
Ethan. I'm terrible with names.
You
Ethan.
said that in that earlier video.
Yeah, his name is Ethan, and we got a selfie with him and talked with him for a while. We didn't end up buying anything, but that was like the start of the upswing for our day.
Downswing, traffic.
Yeah.
So, well, in between that, I'm starting to get a little stressed out because I notice the cars going every once in a while. Drew said it's fine.
It is. It's fine. Eventually, we stopped at the auto parts store because I had the Caliber is a CVT transmission, continuous variable something.
Transmission.
I don't think it's.
Okay.
It might be. I can't remember. But so I had researched. It was like wanting to check the transmission fluid long before we left, and I was like, "Where the hell is the dipstick?" And I looked it up, and it does not come with a dipstick because Dodge doesn't want you messing with it. It's a sealed system, and there's no way to check it. But I'd read you can buy a dipstick and check it, and we did that. Bought this 10-foot long dipstick for checking transmission. Checked it. It was a little bit low, so we put some in, and it seemed to be better after that. So it didn't blow up. It got us here.
So we kept going down the road, and it's real hot. I am prone to heat stroke. I was drinking water. I know I had Dr. Pepper. I tasted. I didn't even finish it. It got too hot. But Drew came up with the brilliant plan that we
Well,
learned on a road trip years ago.
We're used to road tripping with no air conditioning because, I don't know, I have a car now that has air conditioning, but not this one. We had I got really hot one day when I was driving, and we stopped, and I bought a giant bag of ice, and I just hugged it in my lap. So we stopped and got Leah ice, and she held on to that for most of the day.
Worked great.
Yeah, we had some giant like Ziploc bags for clothes and stuff, and we put the ice bag in there.
I only had 2 critical failures, so
What was that?
well, the bag came open and all the water poured out on me a bit twice, but that's fine.
We went to a Disney
Resort
resort.
Hilton Head.
That was awesome. But the place that we went, holy crap, the like ruined out church, the place where we were supposed to get the poker card, we went there later, and that was magical. Driving like down the road to that, it was like trees over the road, like a tunnel, and then we got there, and it was like something out of, I don't know, a fairy movie, something. But so we did the drawing of the card and whatever, and so we started looking around, and I found this tree, and it had like a giant hole in the bottom, and I totally was gonna fit in there, and so I go over and I like clean out the cobwebs, and I like sort of crouched down to get inside, and I put my hand down, and as I put my hand down, I looked, and there was a snake like 2 inches from my hand. I just jumped up, snapped back, said, "Oh shit," and
I heard that part.
yeah. So turns out it was a copperhead.
That's for the research we talked to.
Yeah, we talked to. So we'll move on. Towards the end of the night tonight, we met names.
Zane and Erica.
You're so good at that.
And I had to ask them twice because I'm tired. But one of the later stops. So we kept going. It got dark towards the end, and we're in the dark in this tiniest church in the United States, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And as we were about to pull out, another car, the NASA Challenger minivan pulls up.
It's awesome.
And they stopped, and we got to see our second team of the day, and they were really nice, and they told us all about their experiences.
Yeah, they're totally veterans. They've done
6
rallies.
They weren't
all
sure,
over the
but
country, and
somewhere around 6.
they knew what they were doing. Unlike us, we're just like building the caliber. We just figure it out as we go along.
They seemed to. That was their spirit too. And they were awesome.
But I did ask them about snakes. They're from Georgia. We were in Georgia at that point. And they were like, yeah, there are like a lot of dangerous snakes everywhere. I was like, oh, well, we don't really have that at home. So I was kind of surprised. And I did find out from them that it was most likely a copperhead.
Yeah.
So that was nice that I didn't
escaped
die.
death.
Nobody died, neither of us. The car didn't die.
Then let's talk about the lighthouse.
Yeah.
We couldn't get good video of it, unfortunately. It was dark, and it just wouldn't capture the beams of light. It was like spreading 4 giant spotlights out onto the bay, and I think we were in St. Simon's, I think, something like
We were
that.
somewhere in the dark,
In the
by a
dark.
lighthouse, on the beach,
Yeah.
on the ocean. We met a guy who was really nice.
He was just sitting and enjoying the sounds of the waves and did not seem bothered that Drew had said, "Excuse me, sir, can you help me find a whale statue?"
Mm-hmm.
And
We
he said,
found
"Of
it.
course."
He was super nice. So we're slowly getting to meet people. It would be awesome if we could get it right and meet, like, I don't know, a bunch of teams. We've met 5, 6 teams,
Yeah.
maybe, in person.
But the other Zane and Eric said that's pretty normal. They like never
Yeah.
run into teams, so that's just how it goes.
All right.
We're at the Motel 6. There's lots of signs about security and stuff, so hopefully everything will be on the car in the morning.
And they have hardwood floor. I've never been in a hotel with hardwood floor before.
It's real damp, so it makes sense they wouldn't want carpet.
Yeah, I suppose.
But it's very nice.
If you have watched this,
Thank you.
thank you very much. We were like contacted by people that we know today, and it was awesome to hear from people and know
Thanks,
that they're
Marie and Aaron.
and Smalls,
And
and
Smalls.
we appreciate you watching and cheering us on. It has made
Oh,
things better.
And Joe Lind.
Oh yeah, Joe Lynn and Buster.
Buster,
some-
tech support.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
Good night. We'll see you tomorrow. And tomorrow is actually.
So
yeah,
it's all Florida from here on out.
Yeah. We're gonna go on a glass bottom boat.
I'm so excited.
See ya.